Let's go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Heartland Highlight Reel for March the 12th, 2026, featuring all of the action from Heartland Championship Wrestling this week and highlights from around the Filsinger Games Universe. My name is Dave Little, and we are recording from the Dave Cave with all of this week's action. We've got a lot to catch up on and a lot to preview for the coming weekend, so let's get it started. Last night in Cincinnati, Ohio, Fifth Third Arena was the scene. Denise Salcedo was your host, and Heartland Ladies Wrestling was the topic of the Heartland. And it was a big night in Cincinnati right from the get-go, before the action even started. Denise Salcedo with an interview with the reigning Butcher Interpromotional champion in the ladies division, Leilani Kai. Congratulations were exchanged. Leilani Kai celebrated until she was interrupted by Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa issuing a challenge, but before that challenge could even be accepted, it was Tekla coming to the ring. Tekla with beef against Thunder Rosa. Tekla had fought Leilani Kai earlier in the Heartland and lost that match in a chaotic brawl that involved Thunder Rosa getting involved, and Tekla did not like Thunder Rosa being involved in her match, and Tekla did not like Thunder Rosa stepping ahead of her in line for a shot at the title, and suddenly it was Tekla shoving Thunder Rosa into a collision with Leilani Kai, and all three women got up fighting. And it took everything that the Heartland had, every referee, every backstage personnel member, to separate these three women. And so these three women will be in action in a three-way title match at the Heartland Hype Show coming up this Sunday. More about that later. But that was the show kicking off with a bang. The show was highlighted by a developing grudge match between several factions. The Dark Sheik on the lower right of this screen, along with her allies Soraya Knight and Rhea O'Reilly, were scheduled in the main event to take on in trios action the team of Unagi Sayaga and the Sea Stars, Ashley Vox and Delmi Exo. But there was plenty of action ahead of time. It was Dark Sheik and singles action opening up the show with a victory over Christina Von Eerie on a fast pinfall that occurred when Von Eerie was going up for a death jump, and it was actually Rhea O'Reilly who came out of the crowd to knock Von Eerie off the top rope and open the door for Dark Sheik to get the pin. So already the trouble was brewing from the opening match. Then we saw the Sea Stars in tag team action getting a big win over the team of the Pure Fusion Collective, Shayna Baszler and Lacey Ryan. Great double teaming by the Sea Stars allowed Delmi Exo to get the pinfall on Shayna Baszler after a double team face first suplex. Then we saw Unagi Sayaka in action against Athena. Unagi wrestling some of the best that we have seen her. Took down Athena, pinning her after a double leg drop. That would lead to your main event chaos between these six women, and it was a Donnybrook. And a strange match indeed. The Sea Stars and Sayaka worked together very effectively, tagging in and out, whereas on the opposite side of the ring, Rhea O'Reilly and Soraya Knight controlled all of the action for their team, preferring not to tag in the Dark Sheik. The Dark Sheik finally managed to tag herself into the contest, but before Dark Sheik could get any kind of battle going against her rival Sayaki, Rhea O'Reilly tagged herself right back in and sent sent Dark Sheik back to the ring apron, and the Dark Sheik got disgusted with the whole thing and just walked out, leaving her partners behind. And in the midst of that chaos, in the midst of that controversy, it was Ashley Vox hitting Rhea out of nowhere with a death jump off of the top rope and getting the pin. So the team of Sayaka and the Sea Stars got the victory in the main event, but the real heat went down between Rhea O'Reilly and the Dark Sheik as they had words. Saraya Knight prevented that situation from escalating in the moment, but I think those two are not on the best of terms with one another. So that was your excitement in the main event. In other action last night in Cincinnati, the team of the hottest free agents, Ashley Lane and Deonna Purrazzo, got a big victory over the Brit Fitz duo of Lana Austin and Rio. It was Lana Austin taking most of the punishment in that match for the Brit Fitz before finally submitting to the Fujiwara armbar applied by Deonna Purrazzo. Then we saw Joni Lauer looking good, getting a big victory in a surprisingly hotly contested match against Martina. But Joni got the pinfall with the powerbomb after really a good fight. And then in our penultimate match, it was Kelly Klein taking on Jacqueline in a stiff back-and-forth contest. Kelly Klein overpowering Jacqueline and getting the pinfall in that match through the use of the end of the match, that guillotine, devastating guillotine chokehold that Kelly Klein has used so effectively over her years in the Heartland. All right, news from Velvet Wrestling. Velvet Wrestling with a big show this week, with the vacant Ladies Universal Championship on the line in a tournament. And the tournament winner, Ann Casey, also known as the Panther Girl, a famous wrestler in the women's circuit back in the 1970s. And Ann Casey winning that tournament with a championship victory over Shotzi Blackheart. So Shotzi Blackheart not faring well in tournament action in recent weeks and months in Velvet, as she made it all the way to the finals but came up short against your winner and new Ladies Universal Champion in Velvet Wrestling, Ann Casey. Also appearing on the show was the living legend Larry Zbyszko, proudly sporting his Butcher Interpromotional Championship title belt. Zbyszko looking for the number one challenger to step up, and so Filsinger Games Universe Filsinger Games Universe promoters, Larry Zbyszko looking for a challenger. All you've got to do is throw down the challenge, and any wrestler from any Filsinger Games territory, so long as they are an official Filsinger Games release card, eligible to challenge for the Butcher Interpromotional Championship. Just say the word, leave a comment on this video, hit me up on Facebook Messenger or the Filsinger Games message board, and you too can be a part of the competition around the Filsinger Games universe to step up to Larry Zbyszko and challenge for the Butcher Memorial title belt. Some great action in Great North Wrestling took place this week. In your main event from Fargo, North Dakota, it was the title on the line, the Great North Wrestling Championship, as Randy Savage regained the title from Sting after only a 5-day title reign for the Stinger. Savage winning a wild, chaotic match with that flying elbow drop off the top rope to regain his title. Other winners in Fargo included Cowboy Bob Ellis, Tyler Black, the team of the Quebecers, getting a win over PG-13. PG-13 remains winless in their Great North Wrestling tenure. So who will be the first team to fall to PG-13 remains to be seen. Other winners in Fargo included Colonel De Beers and the Great Wojo. The Great Wojo with a big win over Butch Reed, following up on his upset victory over Bruno Sammartino. So the Great Wojo has some momentum going in the Great North. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, this weekend in the Heartland, it will be a Heartland YouTube production event, a hype show, coming up Sunday, March 15th at 7 p.m. Central Time on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. You will see all the action from Heartland Havoc 133, All My Rage. In your main event, Buddy Rogers, your reigning and defending NWA World Heavyweight Champion, will take on a very formidable challenge in former World Champion Kevin Steen. Also in Chicago, it will be the NWA World Tag Team Championship on the line as the Midnight Express take on the team of Nick Bockwinkel and Ray Stevens. Heartland Ladies Championship on the line in the steel cage, the champion Portia Perez facing the former champion Jordan Grace in a match that has been months in the making. Jordan Grace had to finally put aside the interference, the meddling of Portia's tag team partner Nicole Matthews, defeating Nicole Matthews to earn the right to have her title rematch in the steel cage. Patriot Heavyweight Championship also on the line in Cincinnati. Kurt Angle, your reigning and defending champion, faces the Great Gama, who should be a very tough challenger. Gama on a nice winning streak in Patriot Heavyweight title action. Also, the Patriot Tag Team Champions on the line. The Road Warriors defending against the team of Thunderbolt Patterson and Pepper Gomez. The aforementioned triple threat ladies match for the Butcher Interpromotional belt goes down in Cincinnati this weekend. Leilani Kai holds that belt, and she's got both Thunder Rosa and Tekla to deal with in triple threat action. Grudge match tag team action in Cincinnati. Mark Henry and his partner Big Van Vader take on the team of Bruiser Brody and Jimmy Superfly Snuka. And to open the show, the Mistress of Mayhem Championship will be on the line. No disqualification as always, as your champion Mickey James will take on Chris Statlander. So tune in on Sunday night to catch all of the great action on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network on YouTube. Until Sunday night, this is Dave Little signing off from the Dave Cave. That's our show, and I am out of here.